What's up, fantastic geeks? It's your girl. I'm back with another fantastic episode with another fantastic cosplayer, and I'm super excited to get to chat with her. She's not just a cosplayer; she is also an actor and a writer. So I want to welcome my very good friend, Jacobella Luongo.
Oh my gosh, that was so nice. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Are you surviving this sweltering heat?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, same.
All right, so today we're gonna just geek out about cosplay.
Yes, the best. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, thank you for agreeing to join me.
Oh my gosh, always.
All right, so like the last episode, we're just gonna go through a bunch of questions and just chat. So,
Amazing.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so first things first, what got you into cosplay?
Oh my gosh. You know, it's hard to even remember. The first time I did it, I was like alone at it was like 2016, and I was going through a hard time. There was a lot of stuff going on, and I had been working a lot at that point doing more modeling. So I had become friends with a bunch of photographers, and I was having a really down day, and I just messaged my friend and I was like, "Hey, what if we did like a Star Wars shoot for fun, because it's fun and I love Princess Leia?" And he was like, "Yeah, I love Princess Leia too. Let's do that." And that was the first, I guess, like technical cosplay I ever did. And I didn't even really know it was a thing until later. And then I sort of like sprinkled in and out of it on my own. And then Samantha's cosplay and Samson Dula, that's her old name. Her name is Samson Dula. And Liza Cosplay, they did a charity event in like I think it was 2019, and Love for Lovey. And I've known Liza since college and I love her. And so she was like, "Why don't you come to this event? Where it's like a photo shoot for charity." And then I was like, it like opened up a whole new world for me. And I just didn't know that people like did this for fun all the time. And then I started, and then quarantine happened. So it was weird, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of people, we just like mostly when I talk to people, like it's either they really loved Halloween and that's how they got into it, or they went to a Comic-Con and that was pretty much it. They just started cosplaying.
Yes, it's so fun. And I do love Halloween, just for the record. Halloween all year sounds better to me.
Yep. We got CLG
Hi.
Comics. Hello.
What up?
And Freaky Louie, my other cosplayer friend. What's up, Louie? Thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
All right, so do you have like a creative process when you start a cosplay, or do you just go with it?
Well, that's tough. I am a scatterbrained person, and I'm also very nervous all the time. So like it's hard for me to do anything like reasonably, like how you would assume a normal person would. I kind of like like for me, cosplaying is sort of an extension, if maybe is the right word, of like acting. So, and I love acting, and I've done that for a very long time in my life. So it's kind of like if there's a character that I identify with, I'm really, really about that. Like if there's a character that I love or that I identify with, I'll be like, you know what, I want to build a cosplay of that. I want to see where that journey will take me and what I can learn from that. So it's kind of an emotional thing in the beginning, I guess, like if I like them or if they're really fun or something about them is appealing, right? And then it's just kind of a haphazard mess of like, where do I find pieces? And
right.
yeah, like trying to build things that make no sense that am not qualified to build, but I still attempt it anyway.
That's all any of us can do.
Yeah, I wish I had more of a process. I have some friends who are like, I know I make a, I draw it out and then I write down what I'm going to do. And I'm like, wow, you are much further ahead than I am. if I could get on that level, my life might be a little easier.
Like, that's the thing. Like, everyone has their own, like, creative thinking, I guess. That's
Yeah.
the word. Like, everyone goes about it in a different way, and that's, I guess, the fun of it.
Yeah, right. I think, yeah, that's totally what makes it fun. And you can learn new stuff. Like I watch what other people do. They teach me, they'll be like, oh, this is how you can make this piece, or this is, I can 3D print that for you. And I'm like, that's the 3D printing is a whole new world to me. And like, what an amazing
Same.
world it is. Like, how amazing. People are like, Bella, you don't have to sew like, I can print that. And I'm just like, what do you mean? What do you mean you can print it? That's incredible. Yes, please.
It is incredible.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool. And I love seeing how everybody does it differently. It's really interesting,
Mm-hmm. So what is your favorite convention to go to?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So fun fact, I'm still like kind of a cosplay baby because I just started like right before the pandemic. So I've been to New York Comic Con a lot because that's my home and I love it. But I've only been there in like kind of a half cosplay. It wasn't even a full cosplay, like one time, because I didn't have a group. I was like nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. So, but I've heard many magical things about many magical cons. And so this year I was like, this should be my con year. And I'm just going to try and go to as many as I can. I've heard Katsu is like really fun. I've heard Dragon Con is like the best you could ever go to. And I've never been. So I'm like, you know what? We should go. I should go. Me, myself. But yeah, I really want to try and experience new cons because I've never really had the little that I have done. I loved. I had a lot of fun. I went as Princess Leia to WinterCon right before the world shut down, and that was a blast. So I'm excited to find out more. And I don't know which would be my favorite. I feel like because I love New York, I have to say NYCC because I feel like I just have to say that, but I don't know. I guess we'll see at the end of this year if I have which one.
Yeah, like, I mean, for me personally, like, I don't live in a very big state, and there's not a lot of big cons around me. The closest one is like 2 hours away.
Oh my gosh, that's
so I'm like, I try to go to like the local cons, like around my area, and like I always have a lot of fun there. But the one I always look forward to every year is Baltimore Comic Con because that's like my home con per se.
Oh my gosh, that's really cool. I have to try it. That's not too far away from me. I have to try to go one day. That'd be really fun.
Yeah. You definitely hang out there.
Yes. An adventure.
So is there anything that you find annoying about cosplay?
Okay. Well, the answer is yes. And the thing is, I just don't like when people are mean. I don't know why they're mean, and I don't know what their problem is, but it's not everybody else's problem, and you need to stop being mean to people in cosplay. That's how I feel. Like, I don't get it. You're dressing up as a character. It's not real. And I have been lucky where I've found some really nice people here. And I'm really grateful for that. But I've heard some really, really terrifying stories. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I know, like, I love Star Wars. I don't know if you can tell by everything around me. But I love Star Wars. And even in that community, not only the cosplay, but there can be a lot of toxicity, like with fans bullying each other. Like, why? I don't understand that at all.
There's no point. Like, we're all doing the same thing.
We're all doing the same thing. And also, like, this is not real. And whatever part of it speaks to you, like, people will be like, I've heard people say things like bad cosplays. This person can't play this. That makes no sense. Like, these are fictional characters. They're people we love and we're inspired by. So I don't know what's going on with you that you're making that kind of judgment. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the one thing I count myself really lucky with the people that I've met. And I'm so grateful for them, like you and Sam and Liza. And like, they're just beautiful, wonderful people. And Crimson Quinn, Brittany, I love her with like all my heart, and her husband, Spider Bob, Eddie, Eddie G Photo. I love these people, and I'm so lucky that they are beautiful people and that they've become my friends through this, because I keep hearing these stories and I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I don't understand it. Like, this is supposed to be for fun, and if you're gonna tear other people down, it makes me feel bad for you and wonder what you've gone through, that you think that's an appropriate way to react to a human being that you don't even know a lot of the time, you know? That's
I
my
don't
one.
understand.
Yeah, that's my one thing. And it also makes me nervous. It makes me nervous sometimes, like, to maybe go to a con or whatever, because I'm like, what are people going to say about me, or what are they going to do? And then I'm like,
Yeah.
screw them. If they do, whatever.
Yeah, that, like, for me personally, that was one of the things I was most nervous about coming into cosplay, because
Yeah.
like being an introvert, I'm like, oh my god, what are people going to say about my cosplay? And it was nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's really scary, and I feel that a lot too. Every time I do something new, I'm like, oh, I wonder who's gonna have fun ripping this apart. But it's like, I don't want to let that. This is much easier said than done. This is so much easier said than done. But I don't want to let it take away something that I love, and like something
exactly.
that's fun that I've met beautiful people doing. And I know for some people, they've told me they've quit because of it. They're like, I just don't want to deal with it. And that's completely valid. And it also makes me so angry, because they shouldn't have to feel that way. Like, if you're going to be a bully, like, get out of my face. I think you should get a therapist. And I'm sorry that you're so mean, like, you should think about that. You should think about why you're bullying people who are wearing costumes of characters that we all love. You should think about that. That's all
Yeah.
I hate that.
100% agree. WinterCon. Those sound really
Christmas
fun.
theme. That sounds so fun. Christmas, like, holiday themes sound so fun to me. I love putting holiday themes on, like, all cosplays ever.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah. So what would you say you love most about cosplay?
Oh my gosh. Well, number one, the community I found with you guys has been, like, truly actually magical for me, and a really beautiful thing, especially in quarantine.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful for that, because I'd never had that before. I never had, like, a group of friends that like all the same stuff I like. So that I
Same.
love. Yeah. It is, like, such a magical thing. I love that. And I love, just like with acting, I love that when I do pick a character to cosplay, because I don't know if it's because I'm an actor or because I am just a nerd. I don't know. But, like, I like to know them, and sometimes you can learn things. It's like almost like playing a character. And when I play characters, there's something to learn a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's a different person and stepping into somebody else's shoes. And I think that's really cool. I just think it's fun and interesting, and creates many interesting, like, opportunities to learn something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, going off of what you said about really connecting with the character, and how you, like, choose your cosplays, like, what would you say what character do you feel like you connect the most with?
Oh, that's tough. I would say, I have 3 or 4, really. One I haven't done in a really long time, when I need to step it up with her. But there are 4 characters that I always go back to, and they're kind of super random, except for 2. I like Leia and Rey. I love them. And I think probably Leia would be, if I had to choose a number 1, it would probably be her. It would be Leia for sure. And then, other than that, Harley. I love her. And she's so fun, because she's the kind of character that can just keep teaching you stuff and learn. You're like, wow, this is something I didn't think of it this way before, or that way. And she's so, like, freeing. I love Harley a lot.
Yeah.
And she kind of makes me, I feel like I can be just myself. Like, I am a very goofy, nerdy, like, kind of obnoxious person. So it's nice to feel like I have an excuse to be myself if I look like her for the day. And Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I've always related to her a lot ever since I was a little girl. So I love her, even down to the name. We almost have the same name. A lot of people call me Bella. So we almost have the
True.
same name. And you know, the books and just a lot about her. So I keep going back to those characters. And I feel like a little piece of myself can come out in them. And I love that. I feel really grateful for that.
It's amazing. So like I saw last year that you did some book readings with your Rey cosplay.
Yeah.
They were really like inspiring and awesome, by the way.
Oh my gosh, that really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for saying that.
So like what inspired you to do all that?
I had seen like Sam was doing it online too, and I saw a bunch of other people started to do it, and I was like, no, I'm too overwhelmed and upset, and I'm not going to try. I'm not going to do anything. And then eventually, as time went on, I was just sitting there, and I was like, you know, we all just can't really connect with each other right now. It was the sadness of feeling so disconnected from society and people that I was like, you know what? I love Star Wars. And what's a character that feels really disconnected from everyone? Rey. She's like alone all the time. And she doesn't have, you know, so much of her journey is finding a family and what that means and friends and like, what does it mean to have people that care about you? And she's so isolated and sad, like when we meet her in The Force Awakens. And so I was like, how nice would it be? And I also know a lot of little girls love her. A lot of little kids really love Rey. I keep seeing that over and over again. And so I was thinking about kids in quarantine, and I was like, it's probably worse for them because they don't understand and their like whole world just shut down. And I was like, there's like a connection there. Like Rey feels alone in her life when we meet her in The Force Awakens. So how nice would it be to try and use that piece of the character to actually reach out and connect like in that way? And I love Star Wars, and I know little kids love Star Wars, so let's read Star Wars stories together whenever. You know, like I was like, absolutely. And then there was the whole thing, you know, how she like looks in the Jedi text, she learns the Jedi text and everything. And I was like, it would be really cute if, and I think it's The Force Awakens when she was like, I thought he was a myth, like when she's talking about Luke Skywalker. So I was like, how cute is it if she like was reading all the, you know, the stories of Star Wars because she knows all the legends of Luke Skywalker and, you know, Han Solo and Leia Organa. And like, I just thought it was such a cute little fit. So
yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I was nervous to do it, but I was like, this is a really nice way to connect with people around something that we love when things are really hard and scary, you know, things are really scary. Yeah.
It was really hard.
Yeah, it was terrifying. It was terrifying.
So is there a dream cosplay that you have or multiple dream cosplays?
I have such an obnoxiously long list of cosplays.
Same.
Yeah, it's like so rude. I don't know how I'm ever gonna finish that. And I make these lists and I'm like, all right, Bella, let's see where you get with that. Dream. Sometimes it changes from like character to character, like depending on my mood or whatever. But there's a lot of different Leias that I want to make. Hoth Leia is like a big one for me. Big one. And also Jedi training Leia from Rise of Skywalker. There was only like a quick moment, but I was like, that's everything I ever wanted in my life. Thank you. so like that's a big one I really want to build. And there's like a whole list. I want to do a proper Maleficent. I did one last year for Halloween, but it was kind of like I threw it together really quickly, and now I don't have one of those pieces anymore. So I want to do like a proper like big production Maleficent because I love her and she's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then is there anything? I know there's like has to be one big one that I'm forgetting, and I'm just nervous, so I can't remember it. Padme for sure. Queen Amidala. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. Yeah.
Can never have enough Star Wars.
Never have enough Star Wars, especially if you're me. I can't have enough. I can't. I need help with that.
All right. Hello, Alex.
Hi, Alex. Yeah.
You're right. She does. And Harley.
Yes, Harley.
So, is cosplay a hobby you can see yourself doing in 10 years?
Oh, that's a tough question. I mean, I think yes. I think definitely yes. And I think if I had children, if they liked it, if it was something they seemed to be interested in or responded to, I would love to cosplay with my kids. That would be so cute to me.
Yeah.
I have some friends who do that, and it just like warms my heart so much. So if my children ever seemed interested in that, I would be like, well, do you want to do a Star Wars cosplay? Because
Why
we
not?
can do it together. I'm just saying, So yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah. And I know everyone hates this question, but
Let's see. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm just so boring. I keep saying the same stuff. Like, I'm so boring. My favorite. Definitely Leia, because I'm boring and I love her and I'm trash for Carrie Fisher and I would do anything for her. Leia Organa, specifically New Hope Leia. I love her. Any kind of Harley ever. The Jester Harley is my favorite for sure, but my Jester Harley is like this. The bodysuit is so hot. It's so hot and it doesn't breathe because of the material. I wanted it to be shiny, so this is what I get. It's my own fault. So it is shiny and I love it, but your girl can't breathe like at all. So I don't get to wear it that much. So I want to find a Jester Harley suit that's like a little more comfortable. That's not as like
yeah.
I'm gonna die if I wear this at a con or something. Because I love her, and I think those are my favorite. Also, like princess, like Belle. I would love that. I was Belle. It wasn't like a full Belle. It was kind of what I could piece together. I made like a version of her peasant dress for New York Comic Con in 2018, and that was magical. And everyone was giving me books and stuff, and I was like, this is all I ever wanted. I was like, thank you. I was like, I
That's
will sing a
awesome.
song for you. Like, I will sing right now if you give me that book. Yeah, so I think those are my favorite.
Yeah, and if you haven't checked out her cosplays, go check them out because they are all awesome.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
All the links are in the description box below.
Yay!
So how has cosplay impacted your life?
Oh my gosh, in a really beautiful way. It's introduced to me to so many amazing people. And once again, I just want to reiterate that I am so lucky that I met you and Sam and Brittany and Eddie and Bob and all these people that I just love and adore. And it's made life like so fun. It's made it so fun because now I can message people and be like, hey, like what are you gonna cosplay? Or like, I wanted to cosplay this. How would I do it? Oh, this is how you could do it. And I just like it is impact, and especially in quarantine, be like just telling myself that I was gonna do Ray, that I was gonna do the stories every week gave me some kind of structure when it was like insane. It was like on Fridays I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna be Ray for an hour and I'm gonna read a story for little kids. And in that moment, everything else doesn't matter. We're just gonna play this part and tell a story that you love. And that's one step forward. So it also gave me like coping mechanisms in quarantine. And classic cosplays were fun too. I didn't know what I was doing and they weren't that great, but I loved it and it was so fun. So, like there were so many creative people online doing things like like there was a Star Wars thing for the month of May, and people had themes that they were doing. And it was really fun to participate in those because it gave me something to do, something creative to do that felt like cathartic and peaceful in the middle of all of that. So I would say for the most part, like I'm just so lucky and I'm thankful to be here and to know all of you.
Yeah, same with me. Like for me, it's really helped like with anxiety, and I know it's helped a lot with like with other people too.
Yeah.
As far as anxiety and like confidence too,
Yes.
because like if you'd asked me like I don't know 8 years ago that I would be doing this right now
Yeah.
and like cosplaying and putting on a costume and like interacting with people, I
Yeah.
would say you're crazy.
Like, I'll never do that.
But it was just something that I found really interesting when I went to my first Comic-Con, and I'm just really glad that I did because I got to meet a
Yes.
bunch of awesome people.
Yes, that's so true. It really helped me with anxiety too. It's because it's a creative outlet, you know, and it's something
Yeah.
that you can connect with and love, and it's
Hmm.
just I'm so grateful for that, to have that, especially this
Same
past
here.
year.
Oh yeah. See, we got a question. Is there any character design that's so complex that you're afraid to take it on?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. I'm sure the answer is yes to that for pretty much everyone.
Right? Some people can do these incredible builds, and I'm just like, wow,
Yes.
I dream of that in my life. But
Like, it's mind blowing.
yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing work. And like the armor that people do, like, oh my God, it's just incredible. Like I said, like probably Queen Amidala for sure. I really want to do that, but I'm also extremely intimidated. Also, Harley's mallet, like I want to make a giant oversized mallet and I'm afraid. And now all of you know that. I've been putting that off for like a year and a half because I'm like, how do I do that? And I've watched like a million videos and I'm like, this still looks very intimidating to me.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be complex to do.
Right? It looks so hard. I'm gonna try one day, but yeah.
And then have to like carry it around at a con though.
Right? The giant, yeah, like a bucket, you know, but it's a hammer. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It would look awesome though. Sure.
Right? People make amazing ones. Oh my God.
I've seen a few
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so I know a lot of people have very strong feelings about this one.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering what your take is on it.
Oh man, I went off on a small rant before and I'll try not to rant too much now. But I just have zero tolerance for that. I think that like you, especially if you are an adult, especially if you are an adult human and you think it's okay to bully people, especially anyone, literally anyone, but especially
Mhm.
children, I don't like you. And I also feel bad for you because, like I said before, if you're a person that's doing that, something happened to you in your life that made you feel some type of way and you are not dealing with that and you're taking it out in the wrong ways. And that's terrible and I'm sorry, but like, that doesn't mean it's okay. Like, you cannot do this, and I hate it. It makes me feel really angry. And even I was
Yeah.
on a show last night talking to my friends about this because there's so much of it in Star Wars as well. You know, you're not a real fan, bro. What does that even mean? That doesn't make sense. Like that sentence does not make sense. You're not a real
No.
fan. I'm sorry. Do you know what a fan is? Like, do you what I don't understand. So I really, all right, I'm getting so mad. But like it is I'm like, you calm down. It is so awful, and the damage that you can do to people
Yeah.
is beyond something that I think you can even comprehend, or maybe people don't, you know, if I give some of these bullies the benefit of the doubt, maybe they don't realize, maybe it's their own lashing out, their own insecurity. That doesn't mean it's okay. Like, work
No.
on your, like, look at yourself. Look at yourself and how you're behaving and really ask yourself if that's what you mean to be putting out in the world. Because if it is, you're I almost said a bad word, but you're really not a nice person. If it is. And if it's not, then then work on why you're having that reaction, because it's not okay. I have
Yeah.
zero tolerance for that. And it makes me, it makes me not, when I see it and I'm not involved, like if I'm on the internet and I'm seeing comments and I'm seeing the way people behave, I lose respect for you like that. Gone. I don't like you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't
Yeah.
care what you have to do. This is a hobby. This is fun. It's not real. This is not the
Yeah.
real world. You are not really whatever character you say you want to be. Like, I am literally an actor. I've acted my whole life, and I would never ever think to myself, any character that I've played belongs to me only, and nobody is ever going to play that character. Some of these are Shakespeare characters that millions of people have played over hundreds of years. Like, what do you think in your mind that you own something Also, that you don't even have the rights to. Like the characters that we cosplay are owned. Most of them. I mean, you can cosplay anyone, so I don't even know. Maybe there's some that people own themselves, but for the most part, these big characters that people say, "Oh, I am this person." No, like that's owned by a giant company, and you have no rights to that. Like you have no rights to that. What are you saying? What are you saying? That makes no sense. So I can't take it. I will happily, talk to anyone who needs a talking to, if you know what I mean. And the bottom line is that like cosplay, just like I said with Star Wars, like any part of the story that speaks to someone is valid. That's valid. And it's not, who are you to say that it's not? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know who you are that you think that makes sense. So yeah, I'm sick of it. I don't want to see it. I don't want it in my life. And I will happily call somebody out if they need to be called out, or privately, whatever, I guess it's relative to each situation. But like if someone needs to be called out, that's what has to be done, because I'm so glad that more and more people seem to be talking about it and seem to be saying like, this is dangerous, it's cruel, and there's no room for it in a hobby. I don't understand.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm sorry if that was a lot. I just have a lot of feelings.
No. I'm sorry if I got you worked up.
No, I'm always worked up. I'm always ready to go. But no. I think it's awful. And
it really
and I
is.
feel, if you're a bully somewhere, oh man.
We don't have any time or energy to deal with any of that.
That's the other thing. Time and energy. Like that's a really good point. Because it is soul sucking. And like it was a pandemic. Like I don't have time for you. Like I don't have time for your nastiness.
I guess some people just didn't have anything else better to do than just
and that's sad. That's really sad. If you didn't have anything better than to try and tear someone down on the internet, bro. Oh man, you gotta fix your life. Like I feel bad for you. I feel really bad for you, and I hope that you can figure it out, because that's tragic. If that's what no.
Oh my goodness.
No.
We're watching. True.
It's true. If you think about it. True.
Yeah. But just like what you were saying, like we don't own these characters. Like whoever created them did, unless you created an original cosplay. That's different.
Right. Yeah.
But
they're not even yours.
No.
They're not yours to own and say I am this person. No, you're not.
But like I see it all the time where, well, not all the time, but some people like, I forgot where I was going with this.
Oh yeah. It's a lot. It's overwhelming and it's frustrating. Yeah, you were talking about like when some people.
Like when. God. Okay. Like when we see other people cosplay as characters the same as us, I think that we should all just like be supportive and like praise them for it, because it's like we should be like, oh my god, your cosplay is so cool. It's awesome.
Yeah. And it's something that it's like another friend. Like when I see that, I'm like, oh my gosh, this person likes what I like, and that's so cool. Like I can relate to you because you love the character that I love. That's what that means to me. It doesn't mean like, oh, how dare you? Like, what do you mean, how dare you? You don't own that. I don't understand. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, that's just another friend. That's like a big friend bat signal. If someone likes to cosplay the same things you do,
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Ooh, another cosplayer friend of mine.
Hello, Dark Shadow.
He's actually my in real life best friend.
Oh my gosh! Hello, Brad.
We did that epic cosplay fight scene.
Oh, so cool! So cool. That would be a dream of mine, to do a fight scene. Yes, 99 problems, but a bully ain't one.
So
No
true.
time. No time for that.
All right. So, what advice do you have for any new cosplayers?
Oh my gosh. I mean, going off of what we just talked about, any advice for new cosplayers? Don't be intimidated. I know that's a lot. That's a lot easier said than done, and I still am intimidated, like every day.
Yeah.
And I still like, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so bad. This is a bad idea. However, take it from me, your work and your effort is gonna speak to so many more people in a positive way than a negative way. And if it's a big if, and if people do bother you, they suck and they're lying to you, because your stuff is probably going to be amazing, and because it actually is going to be amazing because you made it and because it means something to you, and that in and of itself is really, really beautiful. That's such a beautiful thing. And you're sharing, just love who you are, because it's going to come out in your work and people are going to love that. Like whoever you are, it's so beautiful to see people come out of their shells and and embrace themselves when they do something they love, and you deserve that. And don't ever let anyone tell you that you don't, or say you're not a real fan. Sorry, someone said that the other day, so that's why I'm like hot-headed about it. But like, stuff like that, it's not real. That's the problem with them, not with you. Whatever, if someone's going to throw anything negative your way, it is literally a problem with them, not with you. And I know that is all much easier said than done, and I myself struggle with this every day, but I know that it's true because I see it with new cosplayers and old cosplayers all the time. Please don't let anyone discourage you from doing whatever you want. I believe in you and I know you can do it, and that's really what I think. So that would be my advice. Like, you can do it, and it's going to be awesome, and I want to see it. So
yeah. And most importantly, just have fun with it.
Yeah, have fun. It is fun. It doesn't have to be stressful. I get real stressed about it, and I've heard like con freakouts like a thing because you have like deadlines to finish stuff.
Con crunch.
Yes, con crunch. That's what I've heard about. But that can even be fun. The whole thing is for fun. So have fun, and that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve.
Yeah. And whether it's like buying your own cosplay or making it yourself from scratch, like it doesn't define your worth. And also the amount of likes and follows and all that, it doesn't define your worth.
That is so important. That is so important, and I'm so glad that you said that. That's really, really, really important. It doesn't define, like I also struggle with that. I'm like, oh my god, if this does badly, does it mean that I did bad? No, it doesn't mean that. And I have straight up bought full cosplays myself. Like, I'm trying to think of the last one. It was just the last one that I bought. The last Harley that I did, the Suicide Squad Harley, I bought that. The only thing I had to build was the wig. Because they don't make them right now. Like that's everything else. I literally bought that. And sometimes what I can do too for new cosplayers, if you feel intimidated by like you're like, I really want to do this character, but I don't know how to start. Sometimes, a lot of times, what you can do is go to a website that you like that has good cosplays, and you can buy a cosplay from them in that character, and then you can modify it if you want. So it's like, you can buy the base cosplay, and if there's things you're like, oh, I want this different or that different, you can do that yourself. So that's also an easy way to start too. Instead of like, let me sew an entire pair of pants, like you don't have to do that. It's okay. No.
And also going off of what you just said, like modifying stuff, like you shouldn't be afraid to make it your own thing, like make it unique.
That's so exciting. I've seen people do it for like holidays and Pride and stuff, and it is so cool. It's one of my favorite things that people do with cosplay. Like, put your stamp on it, and I will be so excited to see what it is. I love it. I think it's so beautiful.
Yeah. You say back signal.
Yes, dark shadow. I was gonna try and make a bat. Is this a bat? I was just trying to. I don't know how you make a bat with your hands. I feel like that was my attempt at that.
True.
Yes.
True. And that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tough. One con. I guess I would say Dragon Con because I've heard it's amazing, but
Me too. I would love to go to it.
me too. I don't know. I was thinking of going this year, but I don't know. I'm like nervous to go by myself, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
maybe one day we'll see. But that one, I would love to adventure because I keep hearing amazing things about it.
Um, for me, like I've been wanting to go to New York Comic Con for years, and I wanted to go last year. And last year was the year that I was going to go,
Oh my god.
and of course, COVID happened, and
Yeah.
so I couldn't. So I'm. It's possible this year, but not entirely sure yet.
Oh my gosh, if you go, please let me know because I'm gonna try and go this year. I'm gonna try and go at least 2 days or something. So let me know if
Yeah.
you go because it'll be so fun.
Well, definitely.
Yes.
So, Dark Shadow, Brad might come with me, so it'll be fun.
Yes, guys, bat signal. We could do like a bat family thing or something. We could do something together. It'd be so
Yeah,
fun.
I love it. But if I don't go to New York Comic Con, it would definitely be Baltimore. So
Cool. Awesome. I have to try and come one year now. Now that I know that you're there, I have to try because that'll be fun.
Yeah, like year before last year, we were actually. Well, I went 2 days, but we were part of this like big cosplay shoot,
Oh, so
and
cool.
one of them was Agents of Shield.
Oh,
So,
so fun. Oh my
so
gosh.
like I had to be Quake. So
That is so much fun. Oh my gosh.
I miss that.
Stuff like that is a dream. Like amazing big shoots or like group shoots are so fun. Are
Oh
so
yeah,
fun. It's like you feel like the whole squad is here, like the whole cast. You could do a whole production right now.
yeah, it's amazing. Oh,
Yes, I hope there will be one too for you.
yeah, they are a lot of fun. Like I'm super glad that I started going to Comic Cons, even though I didn't really know what they were. So like I'm a huge comic book collector as well. So
Awesome.
I went there to see what comics they had, and then I saw all the cosplayers. Like that's
Yes.
so cool.
This is so cool. So much fun.
Yeah. All right. So what does cosplay mean to you?
Oh my gosh. Um, I think creativity, self-expression, finding a family, which is like a really beautiful thing to me, and something that it doesn't come easily in other areas, like to find a family like that you connect with. Um,
Yeah,
and just like fun, like it's just fun. And the creativity and self-expression part is just
it's
the
awesome.
best. Yeah, it's there are no words for that.
Yeah, just the amount of creativity and fun that people put into cosplay. It's just really beautiful.
Yeah, and you can see so much. I mean, people are so creative and so interesting and so cool, and I love seeing that. So much comes out in their cosplays, and it's so cool to see that. It's like in a whole adventure. You're on and these worlds that we love, these fandoms that we love, you feel like you
Hmm.
can step into it a little bit and enjoy it, and that's just really fun too.
Yeah, just be a different character for a day and
Yeah.
get to geek out with other people like you. It's the
Yes.
best. Yeah. Yay.
Yay.
Fellow comic nerd. Awesome. Like, do you collect comics?
I have started to recently, but I'm really bad at it and I don't really know too much. Like I know the Batman comics the most, I would say, out of any comics, but I'm still a little bit of a comic baby and I love them and I started reading they came to me kind of like later in my life, but I started really reading them a lot in quarantine And so
Yeah.
I started trying to collect like every issue. You know, there's a couple now that I'm trying to get every issue of. It's hard. It's
Oh yeah.
hard. It's
Believe me, I know.
ridiculous. It's also addicting though. I'm like, well, now that I started, like I have to get the
Yeah.
rest of this. Yeah.
Yeah, like if wherever you collect comics from, like if they have like a subscription box or something like that,
Oh, cool.
you could get like a comic pull list, they call it, and
Oh, nice.
you could tell them like what comics you want like every month or so.
Oh my god. And then they'll have it, they'll save it for me. Oh,
Hmm.
that's amazing. I have to
Like
try that.
since I collect so many comics, like I had to have it, so I'm like
Yes.
I don't want to miss it.
Yeah. That's the worst when you're looking for something and they're like, "Oh, that just sold out," and you're just like, "I need to know, but I need to know." Ooh, sorry,
Yeah.
long day. That's awesome. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try that because my first one that I was super addicted to was the White Knight, Batman White Knight. I love that, and now there's like an offshoot, a Harley Quinn offshoot of it, and I was like, I
Ooh,
need
nice.
all of these. I need all of this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's just really cool like getting to read the comics of the characters that we really love and then like
Yes.
reflect it in our cosplay.
Yes,
It's
and bring it
awesome.
to life in a new
Hmm.
way, you know? It's so cool. I love that. I love that.
All right. All right, so that is all the cosplay questions. Unless someone else in the chat has any other questions for us, just feel free to ask.
Send them along.
But how about some random fun questions?
Yes. Yes. I love random fun questions.
All right, so well, this one is actually kind of a comic related question, but do you have a favorite comic related movie like
Oh my
MCU or
gosh.
DC?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Comic related. You know, the DC animated movies I actually love. I actually really love them. I love Batman and Harley Quinn. I love that movie. I love it. And I also love Birds of Prey. And I know a lot of people would hate on me for that, but I love that movie. So that movie brings me so much joy. And and I love Margot Robbie as Harley. And I love her
She's
outfits.
amazing.
Yeah, she's so good. And I'm so excited to see the new one. Well, it's not the same, I guess, but the Suicide Squad. I'm
Yeah,
excited. I love those comics and I love those movies. So I hope it's just fun and it looks so fun. So
yeah. From
yeah.
the looks of it, it looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. What is your favorite season?
Oh, that's so tough. There are things, when I lived in California, it was one season all the time, and where it was truly magical because like I could wear pretty much like, springtime clothing all year round and it was comfortable all year round. I did miss the
Mm-hmm.
season changes, which was a weird thing I never thought I would feel. Um Favorite season. Oh, it's so hard. There's things I love about all of them. I guess I would say it's between fall and spring because it's not too cold and it's not too hot.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah, it's like more
Like,
temperate.
uh-huh. Like it's like the perfect like 60, 70 degree weather. I love that kind
Yeah.
of weather. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Me too. And the sunshine and you can go outside and you can even go swimming if you want. You
Yeah.
know, I love that. Yeah.
Like for where I live, it's like we go from one extreme to another and it's very, very hot and humid in the summertime, and then it's like a really damp, cold
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah.
It's
I feel
so
that.
I just like spring personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Spring is magical. Spring is like actually magical. And you can smell the flowers blooming and everything. It's so lovely.
Yeah.
So lovely. Yeah.
Uh, so Do you prefer cookies or cake?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. Wait, I'll tell you that I love birthday cake. Like I love birthday cake and I will pick that as a dessert like if I ever have the option. Like in a normal dessert, it's like I'll if birthday cake was on the menu at a restaurant, I'd be like birthday cake. I love birthday cake
Yeah.
or cookies and cream cake. I think probably cake if I had to choose. I love cake. Ice cream
Yeah.
cake. Oh, I love cake.
I was about to say ice cream cake. I was
Yes.
like,
It's so good.
yeah. Like one year I got a Reese's peanut butter cup ice cream cake.
Yes. Oh my god. I want that right now.
Oh my god. Yes.
It's so good.
All right. What would a new cosplay you would like to do that would be a challenge for you?
Oh my gosh.
Mm. That's a hard one.
Yeah, that's tough. Maybe like Scarlet Witch. I'm intimidated by that, but I would love to try that. I love
Same
her.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one of my dream cosplays is actually like an Iron Man suit.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. Yes.
So
That's
I feel like
awesome.
that would be fun to do, but I think making the armor itself would be a challenge. So
Yeah. It's like so intimidating.
just all the individual pieces and everything, just putting it
Yeah.
together, it just sounds difficult.
And like the lights and like, yeah, it's intimidating. But I think you could do it. And I think it would be the coolest thing ever. It's so cool.
I would probably put like my own spin on it and make it like Fantastic Four colors because I really love Fantastic Four.
Oh, that'd be so cool. That would be so freaking cool if you did that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes, it totally is. I feel that.
I just might do that someday.
Yes.
Once I get through all the other cosplays I have in the future.
Right,
so.
right. On the very long list.
It keeps getting longer and longer. Oh goodness. Let's see. Do you prefer books or movies?
Kind of depends on my mood because I love a good book. I love reading. And I like to read before I go to bed. But I love movies and I love working on movies and being in movies. So it's hard to say that I don't like movies. I think I think movies are I think they're totally magical. And they're fun and I love being on set and I love it's like everything. It has its stressors, but I love it. And I just think it's I think it's so magical. So I would say they're tied. That's tough to say that, but I think they're tied.
Yeah. I can accept that. I mean, you are an actor, so
right. Like I can't betray the screen. But I love reading, and I read on set too. When I'm not shooting, I read in my wherever I am. If I have a dressing room or whatever, I read there.
So, like when you're like, do you read up on like whatever character you're playing?
Oh yeah, if it's a famous character, like if I've ever done Shakespeare, like I do so much reading. I try not to watch what other people have done. Sometimes you can't avoid it, especially if it's Shakespeare, like you've seen it already, But I try, to make it to not do that because I have because of all the years of acting training, I can absorb like people's mannerisms or traits, and I don't want to do that if I'm trying to create like a clean version of the character that's from whatever I'm doing, So sometimes depending on the character, I try to stay away from like if it's been done a lot to watching old performances of it. But if it's a book, I always read the book. I'll always read about the character. And then if it's some of the indie films I've done, they were brand new, so I was like, oh, all right. I was like, I'll just do my, I have the script and I have the writer, and I'll just ask them, if I have any questions. So
Yeah. You just do your own thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's like more of a blank slate. But if it's a big character, I do as much reading as possible and as little watching of other people's performances. Or if I do watch it, I'll watch it way in the beginning of my process, and then I won't look at it again until I'm done, kind of thing. Yeah, just to kind of keep it more like organic.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What is your favorite animal?
Oh my gosh. I love animals a lot. A lot.
Same.
Yeah, I love them. I would have to say it's tied between a wolf and a unicorn, if unicorns were real. I love unicorns. And I love wolves. I've studied wolves, not studied like professionally, but like in my life. I've just like researched them a lot. I love them, and I just think they're amazing. And I love horses too. I've rode horses since I was a kid. And I love them. They're very sensitive, and they're very like in tune with you. And I love animals. I love dogs. I love my dog.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rambo.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures of your dog.
My baby. My silly little baby, yeah.
Like I really love dogs too, but I'm more of a cat person. So like most like my like I really love like all the big cats, like lions, tigers, all that. So I would say mine is a leopard.
They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Leopards are incredible. And I love cats. I wish I could have a cat. I'm allergic to them.
Oh,
I know. I was telling my mom the other day, I was like, I wish I could have a cat. Because right now I'm in like an apartment situation, and it would just be so nice. A cat would be so much less work.
yeah. Yeah. Because they don't really require a lot of like maintenance. They just do their own thing.
Yeah. And I just love them. I had one when I was little, and then we had to find her another home because I was allergic, and it was so sad. But I had her for like a year, so that was magical, and I remember that. And she would sleep in my bed with me, and it was great. I love cats.
Yeah, me too. We used to have two. Now we just have one, and he's actually technically kind of like a leopard. He's a Bengal.
Oh, really? Wait, that's so cool that you have one. I've always dreamed of meeting a Bengal. I love them. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh my
yeah,
God.
so they're half Asian leopard cat and half domestic cat. So they do they have the spots on them and everything. It's
beautiful. How big is he?
I'm not sure, like technically, but he's a pretty good sized cat.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Bengals are beautiful.
Oh yeah, I can send you a picture of them if you want to see
Yes, please do. I was gonna say, please send me a picture. Yeah.
They can be fun sometimes, but they also have catitudes whenever they feel like it.
My brother's cat's like that. Phoebe, she has a catitude.
Yeah. Sometimes they can just be like completely lovable, and they're adorable.
Yes.
All right. So I think that's it for all the questions.
Yay.
But unless someone else has a question. But so do you have anything coming up that you want to share?
Oh my gosh, do I? What am I doing? I do cosplay Tuesdays on my friend the Eternal Sith Rob on his channel. If y'all ever want to hang out, it's really fun, and we just talk about cosplays. And that's
Awesome.
yeah, I do that on Tuesdays. Oh, here's something really cool that I'd love to share with you guys. So I just picked up a new, I guess you could call it hobby, but it's definitely a very big commitment. But I just started training in Kendo. So
Really?
yeah, I it's really intimidating, and I am super floppy right now, but one day I won't be, and then look out because I'll know how to use a katana.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it is so fun. My sensei is incredible. He's like eighth Dan, like there's only 2 of his ranking in the United States, from what I
Oh,
understand.
wow.
Yeah, and he's just amazing. He's so smart and kind, and he's taught me so much. And I just want to be a Jedi, really. So that's where this journey started. And I just got my first training katana last week. So I'm really, really excited. And if you guys want to, I'm
Cool.
super nervous about it. So if you ever feel like joining me on my journey or following along with me and encouraging me, please do, because I need all of it, because it's very hard and nerve-wracking. My Jedi journey.
Yes. That's really cool.
Thanks.
I would personally love to like take like a kickboxing class or something.
Yes, so cool. So cool. And then we could use stuff in cosplay, like moves and stuff. Oh, I just turned off all my lights. Did you see that?
Oh.
Wait, let me see if I can fix it. Hold on. What happened? There we go.
Oh.
Hey guys. We had a moment, but we're back.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much. This was so fun. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for talking to me about all the stuff I love. You are the best, and I freaking adore you. I'm so happy we got to hang out for a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me. This was so fun.
This was so cool. Thank you.
So, like I said, all her social media links are in the description box below. Go check out her cosplays because they're so cool.
Yay!
And you're so cool. I love you.
I love you. You are the best. And I hope we can cosplay together soon. If you go to New York Comic Con this year, we gotta do like a day where we do something. And if you go,
yes.
we should do Bat Family. That's my vote.
Well, my friend Brad does Batman. Like he has a Batman cosplay. So, and I've actually thought about doing a Batgirl cosplay too.
Oh my God. If you guys do that, and then I would be a total loser and be Harley, but I would be on your side that day. And they team up sometimes. She teams up with them sometimes. And then we come all be together. Bat Family. I would love that.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be so cool.
Yeah, I really hope I can come this year and like meet everyone that I've met on here, and that'd be so much fun.
Me too.
But if not, we'll definitely meet up soon.
Yeah, we'll do it another time if we can't this year.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everyone for joining us and hanging out with us today.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. So I'm not sure when I'll be back for the next episode, but definitely let you guys know. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You're the best.
All right. Well, we will see you next time, guys.
See you. Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.